Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I do hope that you had a happy Thanksgiving. We had a very nice Thanksgiving. Of course, I'm living on my son's property, and his wife cooked dinner, and my wife cooked dinner, and we had plates full and had a whole lot to eat. And we were very thankful for all the blessings that we have received from God. Well, so anyway, that was the reason I'm flying this flight is because on my e-bike, I'm trying to find some way to ride further south, and I found a way, but then I have to go clear a mile over to the west and then come back a mile to the east, and so I thought maybe there's a shortcut. So that's what this flight is for. I'm looking for the shortest route, and of course it's easy from the air, and Google Earth doesn't help much because it's never updated enough. So here we go, and I thought, well, while I'm doing this, I'll tell you a story. And if you haven't heard any of my stories about college, so in the previous 2 videos back or so, I told about how I knew nothing about college, and when I came up to register, they asked me what I was going to major in, and I had to ask what that meant. And so she asked me what I was good in high school. I says mechanical drawing, and that's how I got into my major. And then she said, what are you going to minor in? And I said, what's that mean? And she said, well, what else were you good at in high school? And I said, PE. So she signed me up. This lady signed me up for my major and minor, and so that's how I started. And then later on, I found out I had to take a full load in order to graduate in 4 years. That's in another video. And so I was really, nobody in my family knew anything about college, and I didn't get any counseling, but I got enrolled. And then in my first year, I think I took a couple of swimming classes, and then I took a archery class. And by the end of the year, when summer came, I could see that the jobs available for PE folks weren't near as many as for all the other majors and minors. So I decided I better change from PE and find another minor. I kept my major all the way through, but I had to find another minor. So I thought, well, I'm pretty good at playing the piano by ear. I didn't know how to play by notes, but I could pick out any song. Like in those days, back in the 60s, I could just sit down and play Twilight Time and Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and those kind of songs that were popular. So it was easy. I thought, I'll just minor in music. That'll be fun. A funny thing happened. So then summer came, and I went to California to work, and my folks had told me they'd pay my way, but they wanted me, oh, by the way, now you're going to see an arrow come up here, and it's going to show me what I put the arrow in after the fact, show me which way to go. But as you see, there's a right turn here at the end of this road, and I had been going clear over a mile instead of turning right there. I had gone a whole mile over to the west in order to figure out where to go. Anyway, back to the story. They said, I could earn some money to help pay for my college. So I went to California and I worked, and while I was down there, I bought a Martin guitar and a motorcycle. And they were so mad at me, and so they kind of disowned me and said, pay your own way. And so when I got back in the fall, I had to pay my own way. So, and by the way, there's some stories about that, which maybe I can tell sometime. So anyway, I got back in the fall, and I signed up for Classroom Piano 101, and that way I could learn how to play with notes and stuff like that. And so that was Classroom Piano 101, and then second quarter I had Classroom Piano 102, and then the third quarter I had just Piano 103. But let me tell you what happened on the first day when I went to class on the first day of Classroom Piano 101. I got there real early, like maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes early. And so I went in. There's a small room with 6 pianos in it. And I went over and sat down at one of the pianos, and I started playing just for fun. And I'm playing away, and this poor guy, he walks in, and he sits down, and he's listening to me play. And I'm playing popular songs that are popular that day, and just playing away. And so finally he said, that's really nice. He said, what class is this? And I said, it's Classroom Piano 101. And he got up and turned and walked out and said, oh no, I'm in the wrong class. Now, I don't know what he was talking about, but he may have thought that he had to be able to play the piano before you start out. I don't know what happened, that poor guy. So anyway, Classroom Piano 101 and 102, that first quarter, and then middle quarter, and then in the third quarter, which would be like spring quarter, I had Piano 103, which was it wasn't taught in a classroom. It was taught by the professor in his office, and I was able to sit at his grand piano while I took lessons. I'd never played at a grand piano before, so that was kind of cool. And by that time, I had learned enough, about the notes, and because in Piano 102, they teach you how to do the scales and teach you a lot. So now I was ready to do all kinds of stuff that he wanted me to do. He wanted me to compose a song. I did that. And then he wanted me to do all kinds of things. So at the end of the quarter, he said, I'm going to have one of the board members come in and listen to you play for a final test. And I had to memorize 2 songs. So I memorized a couple of songs, and on the day of the final, there was this lady, all dressed up nice. She's a board member of the college. And so she's there, and he introduces me and her, and he says, now this guy, I want you to listen to him play. Because apparently I was doing pretty good. And so I played my first memorized song, and got finished, and she clapped, how somebody real rich would clap, and then I played my second song, and so she clapped, and he said, that's good, it's really good, but when consider this, he says, he's not even a music major, he's an industrial arts major and a music minor. And to that, the board member lady said, well, you can't have that. We don't, no. We don't have a music minor at this college. Needless to say, I had to change minors one more time. Ended up graduating with an art minor. Well, I want to thank you for watching my videos, and God bless.